Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment, I want to answer some questions I've gotten from viewers regarding Ebola and keeping our kids and our family healthy during this time. So, a lot of people have asked me, Patriot Nurse, what's the deal with Ebola? Should we be afraid? Is this time to freak out or, take hardcore steps? And my answer to this is be alert, but don't freak out right now, and that I don't think it's a close to home pressing threat. Is it a threat technically? Yes. Is it a threat that we should be aware of? Yes. Is it on the same level as the flu that goes around each flu season in winter? No, not yet. Seasonal flu kills a whole lot more people than Ebola has killed. Okay. There are different barriers that are up. I've had to pull from my human resources and talk to some people who have, how do I say this? Clearances, who have wisdom enough to tell me things that don't necessitate losing their clearances. How about that? The deal with Ebola right now, what we can just do in a nutshell, make sure that you're taking care of your hygiene and make sure that you're addressing your nutritional coverage. One sec here. Let me grab something from the fridge. I'll put a link to this down in the description box below. This is Green Vibrance. This is something that I try to take every day. This is a full spectrum probiotic, a whole bunch of good things in there, vitamin wise, bioavailable vitamins, right, from plant sources that are high quality. I really like Green Vibrance because it's patching a lot of the nutritional holes that we have nowadays in our diet. Even if you eat a really great diet and try and cover all your nutritional bases, modern farming and big agri have all but stripped the topsoil in our country and have really depleted the natural and previously, I would argue, higher concentrations of trace minerals in the soil that help the body be able to ward off the evil attackers in the forms of viruses and bacteria and other malevolent nasties. So the deal with Ebola, we need to try and take care of our nutrition. If you take care of your body and if you build up your nutritional strength, it's going to serve you well overall. Ebola at this point is mostly spread through contact with human body fluids, right? So poop, pee, blood, tears, and semen, as well as vaginal secretions. I have a term for this. If you come to class, it's unforgettable. So those of you who have come to class, you know how I refer to vaginal secretions. That's a teaser. Come to class to find out the rest. So with Ebola right now, it's mostly spread through contact with contaminated body fluids, okay? And what's happening in Africa, where most of the spread and most of the deaths have been, there are cultural practices where people do the post-death bathing of the body and preparing of the body and burying of the body. A lot of this is what's leading to the spread of Ebola and subsequently deaths from Ebola. That's not everything. The diet in these parts of Africa is not that great. The animals that are consumed are nature's bottom feeders, which is something that we should take note of and try and avoid in general, because they tend to concentrate the nasties from nature. Certain animals are, I would submit, not ideal to be eaten. Rats, anything that walks on land that doesn't have a split hoof and chew the cud, namely pork, the swine family, not good stuff to eat. And there has been a case in which it was noted that Ebola did spread cross-species from a pig to a monkey. And to me, I'm taking note of this. There's a common factor here in that both of these animals are not animals that we would traditionally consume. However, they are consumed in these parts of Africa that are dealing with the Ebola outbreak. So that's just sort of the rundown on Ebola. Now, a lot of people are concerned about the airborne transport of Ebola through airplanes, airports, this, that, and the other. At this point, am I going to be walking around the airport wearing an N95? Not yet. Not yet. What I do, however, what I do is whenever I'm in the airport, because let's face it, guys, I'm on the road about 20 weekends out of the year teaching, I use thieves oil, and I'll breathe it, put like a drop behind my ear and a drop right here and right here. I'll put a link down in the description box below. Thieves oil is pretty cool stuff. It has broad spectrum antiviral and antimicrobial properties. I don't know that there's a way to test, for those of you who are craving studies on these things, there's no way really to test thieves oil versus Ebola, because who really can get their hands on Ebola to culture it and test thieves against it to establish a case? And not so much. However, thieves oil has components, namely clove oil and cinnamon oil, that do exhibit very strong antiviral properties. So that's what I recommend. Simon the cat decided that he wanted to jump up here and be with me during the filming of this video. And how do you say no to a little 16-week-old kitten? Yeah, I'm not saying no. So with Ebola, guys, in a nutshell, make sure you're paying attention to your nutrition, pay attention to your hygiene, be washing your hands regularly, and at major touch points, transit points, try and decrease the overall amount of stuff that you're bringing in that has how shall I say, it's high traffic contact. So basically, if you go out to the store and you put your hands on the little buggy, or cart, we only call it buggies in the South. When you put your hands on the cart, when you bring your stuff home after you've touched your credit cards and swiped through and touched the same pin that everybody else has touched, when you get home, drop your stuff at the door. Drop your shoes at the door, because let's face it, people spit on sidewalks. Drop your shoes at the door, drop your stuff at the door. When you come inside, make the first thing that you do washing your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Don't worry about whether or not it's antibacterial soap. I'm not a fan of that stuff. Triclosan is an environmental toxin, and I really, really don't like it. It's showing up in human placentas, and an antibacterial agent is not going to help against Ebola. So just make sure that you're washing your hands, that you're decreasing your contact with major traffic points for germs as much as you can. And just stay healthy. Don't stress out. You can compromise your immune system by stressing out too much, which is something that we all should, try and pay attention to. But everybody's busy nowadays. Everybody's trying to make ends meet and pay your bills and pick up the kids and figure out if you're going to pay for school supplies and all that stuff. So I get it. Just try and pay attention to your nutrition and your hygiene. And again, I really like Green Vibrance just for keeping your body optimally primed and functioning well. So I'll put that link down there for you guys. I hope that was helpful for y'all today. If you enjoyed the video today, Simon says, please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video today, please subscribe to me, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. And for now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I will see you guys later. Bye.